Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Parsha Balak, Gilgul of Lavan, Transmigration of the Soul. There's an amazing Yonatan museum. The first time that Bilaam is introduced in our Parsha Balak. So we all know that he is not the same as Tirgum, Onkelos, who's closer to word by word translation of the Torah. Tirgum, Yonatan, and Menuziel, sometimes we'll go ahead and introduce other concepts into the pasuk and have midrashim even woven into the pasuk in his Tirgum. And over here he says that who is Bilaam? Bilaam is Lavan. Lavan Harami, the famous Lavan Harami from Yaakov's family. Yaakov worked with for many years, the trickster. That is Bilaam. So what does that mean? Does it mean that Bilaam had a very long life and he went all the way back to Lavan? It's one possibility. However, Rav Schwab says not so simple because the Gemara says Bilaam actually had a very short life. So he tries to synthesize it too. On one hand, to say that Bilaam is Lavan, but yet Bilaam had a short life. How does he work? Synthesize it by saying that Bilaam is actually a Gilgul from Lavan. And why so? Because Lavan was told by God not to say anything to Yaakov. He goes there and he says anything he wants. Yaakov, I want to go ahead and hurt you. I want to do this to you. I want to do that to you. It's true, he did admit that he's restricted by God. But the fact is he wasn't supposed to speak to Yaakov at all. And he did speak against the word of God, who appeared to him directly. So therefore, the Gilgul is Bilaam, who said exactly the opposite of what he wanted to say. He wanted to curse God. He wanted to curse Bnei Israel, and God made him praise Bnei Israel. And that was what was needed. That was his tikkun for what he did wrong years ago when he was in the form of Gilgul of Lavan. That's from Schwab. So it's a nice opportunity just to take a look at the concept of Gilgul. What do we say about that? So I always find there's different approaches, extreme approaches in this topic. You'll find those who consider themselves rationalists and will say, well, it's crazy. Gilgul of Neshamoth, there's no such thing. The Rambam would never have such an idea, which he doesn't. As far as I know, the Rambam in Mishnah Torah and his philosophical writings, he never mentioned such an idea. And therefore, it's silly to believe the person dies and his soul comes back in the form of another person. And then, the other extreme, of course, that, of course, you believe in Gilgul. Someone doesn't believe in Gilgul, he's not really a true believing Jew. Everyone believes in Gilgul. And, of course, like any topic, a person has to look into it with Chachma, with Bina, with Dat, and investigate and see what Amos has to say about this. Is it one of the Yigim Likarim to believe in it? It is not. Is it one of the Yigim Likarim to reject such a thing? It is not. So the fact is, in the Tanakh, we don't see any open case of Gilgul, as far as I know, and the Gemara Midrashim, as far as I know, you don't have open cases of Gilgul mentioned. The one who did address it 1,000 years ago, Rav Sadigon, he writes that he thinks it's a distorted idea. He finds it hard to believe that his brethren, the Jewish people, would believe in such a thing. He thinks it's nonsense. That's Rav Sadigon. Many other Shomers didn't mention it. It could be they just wouldn't hold by such a thing like Sadigon. The Ramban did mention it in his Shar Gamur, where he talks about why good things happen to bad things happen to good people. A person such as Tzaddik, or why he tries to make sense. One possibility he offers is that maybe it's he is getting punished for something he did early in a previous life. So Ramban didn't mention it. Rabbeinu Bahaya, his Talmud has it as well. Rekanani has it as well. So the Rishonim, it is mentioned by several Rishonim as a concept. Majority of Rishonim just don't seem to discuss it. The Zohar, it is mentioned in the Zohar. And of course, what made it so popular today is that the Arizal did write about it. His Talmud, Rav Chaim Vital, and others quote the Arizal extensively on it. And then not only they write about it, they'll tell you each person how he came back. This person did this sin and had to come back in this form. So just like Rav Schwab in our Parsha goes ahead and explains that Bilaam is a Gilgul of Lavan, so the Arizal goes on and on and on with a lot of descriptions of who is what with the concept of Gilgul in general and specific examples of Gilgulim. And once the Arizal holds by it, then of course that became a very, very popular view. So it turns out, the way I understand it, there is a halokes for quite a while about the concept of Gilgul. Is there such a thing? I personally don't think someone who considers themselves a rationalist is being very rational just to deny such a thing exists, when our great Rishonim that do hold by it. To me, you want to be rational, you say, well, there's machlokas rishonim bad. Or a person feels in his gut that such a thing doesn't make sense. I don't see why that makes it not a viable possibility. You could say it's not intuitive, it sounds funny, but there's plenty of ideas that may not sound intuitive, but do exist. Tchias HaMesim may not sound intuitive. We certainly, every believing Jew does believe in Tchias HaMesim. So there is a machlokas over here that's gone back for quite a while, and there are different opinions, and something to investigate in a calm and cool manner, and see the different opinions and try to make sense of the sugya as the best as one possibly can. Shalom.